Everything looks good? All right, so we're on YouTube, of course, as well. So glad to have everybody along here. We want to thank our Legion sponsors, is what I'm trying to say, and have a list of the sponsors here somewhere, but I must have, actually it's on the other side. Okay, we want to thank the Millstone Family Restaurant, Avera, Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital, Avera, Milbank Tobacco Coalition, 203 Realty, Bean Pharmacy, Haslam Construction, Milbank Ford, Border Lake Insurance, Ortonville Area Health Services, Dakota Country Ag Service, Chiropractic in Motion, Lewis Family Drug Pro Image Partners, ITC, and Schmitz Landing. All right, tonight we've got Lake Norden Post 260 is the opposition here against Milbank Post 9. First game of the season for either team. Of course, this weekend is the Arnold Larson Clayton Olson tournament. I'll get into that in just a few minutes here during the broadcast. But let's set Lake Norden Post 260's lineup. They will bat this way. Leading off and pitching, number 22, Teague Stevenson. Batting number 2 at shortstop. Number 4, Bo Stevenson. Batting number 3 at first base. Number 23, Trig Heinrich. Batting in the cleanup spot. The catcher, number 17, Evan Schultz. Batting number 5. Number 24, the second baseman, Kobe Stevenson. Batting number 6 in right field. Number 25, Jose Mahi. Batting number 7 in left field. Number 3, Ahmed Aho. Batting number 8 at third base, Angel Racha. And batting number 9 in center field, in center field, Jack Stormo. Lake Norden Post 260 is coached by Matt Stevenson, Cale Stevenson, and Jason Aho. Now for Milbank Post 9, they'll lead off. Number 7 at second base, Mason Allen, batting into the number 2 slot, and catching number 21, Zach Cargus. Batting number 3, and on the bump tonight, number 22, Aiden Kelly. Batting in the cleanup spot at first base, number 11, Mac Copeland. Batting number 5 at third base, number 15, Bennett Hunt. Batting number 6 at shortstop, number 3, Brady Allen. Batting number 7 in left field, number 26, Caleb Lindstrom. Batting number 8 in right field, number 8, Tyler Heinge. And batting number 9 in center field, number 12, Jackson Weesey. Milbank Post 9, coached by Ron Krause. He's assisted by Caden Krause and Brady Femling.
For your hometown Milbank Post 9.
So Milbank is getting introduced here as we speak. We are going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back with the first pitch. Lake Norden Post 260 against Milbank Post 9. We'll be back with Legion Baseball coming up in 90 seconds on KMSD.
Haslam Construction in Ortonville, Minnesota is known for their quality work. Additions to the Valley Queen Cheese Factory and First Bank and Trust, St. Lawrence School, Milbank Elementary, Ortonville Area Health Services, and the Big Stone County Highway Department Garage, and so many other projects over the years. They are known for their quality work and professionalism on the job. That's what makes Haslam Construction the contractor you want for your building projects. Go with the people you trust. Haslam Construction, Ortonville, Minnesota.
Hell yeah. It's breakfast time at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Milbank. The Millstone loves breakfast as much as you do, but they've decided it's time to step up their breakfast game even more. Check out their new breakfast lineup, which includes blueberry French toast, the chicken and waffles breakfast sandwich, and their new lineup of eggs Benedict. It's all part of their new Shell Yeah breakfast menu at the Millstone Family Restaurant, East Highway 12 in Milbank.
Healthcare isn't just in hospitals. It happens where you are. Whether you need home care after surgery, therapy to get stronger, medical equipment to stay safe, or compassionate hospice care for a loved one, Avera at Home brings the expertise to you. We're redefining healthcare to meet your needs and meet you right where you are. Learn more at avera.org/Avera at Home.
Not quite yet.
And we are getting ready to do the American Legion Creed here, and then we'll have the national anthem. So we'll just keep it right here live for these things, and we'll have the first pitch coming up shortly here, and we'll set both teams again. Just hang on here.
At this time, I would ask that you direct your attention to the American flag for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous side o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Ladies and gentlemen, let's play ball!
He's the public address announcer. He can sing and everything. Mr. Copeland, a nice job there in the national anthem here tonight as Milbank is going to get ready to come out here defensively. Let's set Milbank post 9 defensively here while we have a chance. In left field is Caleb Lindstrom this evening. In center field is Jackson Weesey. In right field is Tyler Heinge. Around the infield for post 9 at third base, Bennett Hunt. At shortstop, Brady Allen. At second base, Mason Allen. And at first base is Mac Copeland. On the bump tonight is Aiden Kelly. And behind the dish is Zach Cargis. Milbank, if you're watching our video stream, of course, just taking the field here defensively. So again, a beautiful night for baseball. A little bit warm today, but the breeze, let's say, sure helps. So anyway, let's set Lake Norden's lineup again for you. Teague Stevenson leads off. Bo Stevenson bats number 2. Trig Heinrich bats number 3. In the cleanup spot is Evan Schultz. Batting number 5 is Kobe Stevenson. Batting number 6 is Jose Mahi. Batting number 7, Amanaho. Batting number 8, Angel Racha. And batting number 9 is Jack Stormo. Again, Lake Norden is coached by Matt Stevenson, Cale Stevenson, and Jason Aho. Milbank Post 9, of course, coached by Ron Kraus, Caden Kraus, and Brady Femling. So we got some new equipment out here this season, so thanks to Becky for helping me get that all set up here tonight, and we will bring you American Legion Baseball all season long. Speaking of which, on Friday through Sunday, the Arnold Larson Clayton Olson tournament, and Friday's lineup looks like this: Madison against Wynn at 3 o'clock, Canby against Volga at 5, and Milbank against Canby at 7. Of course, we'll have all Milbank games for you here on KMSD and our YouTube channel, of course, as well. Saturday then at noon, Madison against Mobridge. At 2, Wynn versus Mobridge, and at 4 o'clock, Milbank against Volga. And then Sunday, it depends on how they do, and we will fan out from there on Sunday. All right, getting ready to open up the Legion season number 22. The pitcher for Lake Norden, post 260. He is Teague Stevenson.
Number 22, Teague Stevenson.
Again, Aiden Kelly on the bump, right-handed pitcher for Milbank. Number 22 goes into the wind. Here's the pitch. There's a beautiful pitch. Kind of a curved ball. It curved right at the last second over the plate. 1 strike, the count to Teague Stevenson. Here comes the Kelly offering. There's a shot down the third base line, just foul. Teague a little bit too early on that swing that time, shooting it way foul, but there's just a rope down the third base line. Aiden Kelly jumps ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The Milbank right-hander goes into the wind. Here's the pitch. Right across the plate, but high with the fastball that time from Aiden Kelly. Teague Stevenson takes it with bat on shoulder. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Stevenson. Aiden Kelly, that's the fourth pitch, that sails high. So Teague Stevenson, after falling behind no balls and 2 strikes, has evened the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aiden Kelly shakes off the first sign. The Milbank righty's pitch. There's a beautiful curveball. Oh, he froze Teague Stevenson that time. Swinging and missing. Strikeout number 1 tonight for Aiden Kelly. And that now will bring up the shortstop, number 4, Bo Stevenson for Lake Norden. No score. Just underway here. You're in tune to Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD, Milbank, South Dakota, and streaming audio and video, bigstoneradio.com. I was offered a cupcake and I can't take it, but thank you anyway. Eating and talking, I can't write my name and talk at the same time, much less probably eat. But anyway, number 4 in the batter's box now, or number 6, excuse me. There's an Aiden Kelly pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Home plate umpire tonight, Ronnie Kraus. Base path umpire is Travis Lester. Here's the Kelly pitch. That's a beautiful curveball shot out into the air in right field, right there in the tracks. Tyler Heinge puts it away. Tyler had him played perfectly that time. Did not hardly have to move out in right field, and he kind of put the ball in the glove. So 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring up number 23 now, the first baseman, Trig Heinrich for Lake Norden. Pretty good breeze blowing through the press box, as you can probably hear, but it's a nice breeze. It feels good. There's that Kelly pitch again, kind of that curveball that floats over for a strike. 2 up, 2 down here. Base is empty for Lake Norden, top of the first. Here's the pitch from Kelly. There's a high heat that time. I think Heinrich was expecting that curveball again, and Aiden Kelly just reared back and said, "Here's my fastball, young man." Swung and missed at high cheese that time. No balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. 3 up and 3 down. 2 strikeouts in the half inning for Aiden Kelly. And that is the first half inning in the books here. Legion Baseball, Milbank, or Lake Norden 0, Milbank coming to bat. We'll be back with more in 1 minute on KMSD.
Imagine a future where tobacco is a thing of the past, remaining only as a relic in a museum display case for tour guides to tell tales of, where the life-threatening damage caused by tobacco is gone, extinct, where the world has seen its last smoke put out. Smokes, vapes, and chew tins belong in a museum of ancient history, not your mouth. Start your quit today. Find out more at thelastsmoke.org. Paid for by the South Dakota Department of Health
And the Milbank Tobacco Coalition. When it comes to your health, you deserve a pharmacy that knows you by name. At Bean Pharmacy, your well-being is their priority. Stop in for fast, friendly service, convenient drive-through pickup, and a full line of durable medical equipment to keep you moving. Need a quick refill? Submit your prescription anytime online at beanpharmacy.com. Bean Pharmacy, where patients come first. Find them inside the Avera Medical Center in Milbank. Bean Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy with a personal touch, because caring for you is what they do best.
And welcome back into the broadcast booth here in North Milbank, Farley Park's Legion Field. Let's set Lake Norden post 260 defensively for you. In left field, Emadaho. In center field is Jack Stormo. Over and right is Jose Mahi. We're on the infield for Lake Norden. Angel Racha at third, Bo Stevenson at short, Kobe Stevenson at second, Trig Heinrich over at first. Behind the dish tonight, Evan Schultz. On the bump is Teague Stevenson, number 22, right-hander for Lake Norden. Lake Norden in their white jersey tops, white baseball pants, black numerals. And Milbank post 9 will bring up Mason Allen, Zach Cargus, Aiden Kelly, Mac Copeland, Bennett Hunt, Brady Allen, Caleb Lindstrom, Tyler Heinge, and Jackson Weesey. There goes the peg down to second base. First base coach Brady Femling goes over to his post at first base. Caden Kraus, the third base coach for Milbank, and stepping in, the second baseman, number 7, Mason Allen, to lead festivities off here for Milbank in the bottom of the first inning. Again, no score. If you're just tuning in, you haven't missed very much yet. As Stevenson goes into the pitch, and Teague Stevenson misses low and outside Mason Allen. Of course, if Mason gets on, Mason has all kinds of speed, obviously. So Teague Stevenson now with the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That's the same pitch, same result. 2 balls and no strikes, low and outside. So Mason Allen now working into a hitter's count here. 2 balls and no strikes now from Teague Stevenson. The Norden right-hander. Here's the pitch. There's a shot in the air into right center field. Center fielder is not going to get there. Jack Stormo on his horse to second with a double is Mason Allen. There is, like we said, quite a breeze out here, and if you've spent any time outside today, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The trees are really moving here tonight over the outfield, as that ball played tricks with center fielder Jack Stormo, Jose Mahi in right, and it dropped right in between the two. It looked like Stormo had a little bit more of a beat on it that time, but it just kind of dropped away from him as well. Mason Allen says, thank you very much for the double. Mason's at second now. That brings up catcher number 21, Zach Cargus for Milbank. Pitch from Stevenson is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes, so Milbank threatening here in the early going. Mason Allen on second, nobody out. Zach Cargus at the dish for post number 9. Stevenson checks Allen at second. Here's Teague's pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Fastball that time offered by Teague Stevenson. Zach Cargus came up with nothing but Milbank air that time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stevenson comes to the set. Teague's pitch right across the plate, but a little bit low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mason Allen on second with his leadoff double. Zach Cargus at the dish with a 2-1 count. Stevenson to the set. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. High heat that time, and Cargus couldn't catch up with it. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Zach Cargus. Pitcher Aiden Kelly waits on deck here for post number 9. Again, no score, just underway. Bottom of the first inning. We've got 1 9-inning contest here tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Kind of low outside that time, but Cargus offered strikeout number 1 tonight for Teague Stevenson. And that will bring up number 22, the pitcher, Aiden Kelly, who could help his own cause here. If he could get something to the outfield, more than likely Mason Allen would come around to score. So Aiden Kelly now at the dish. 1 on, 1 out here for Milbank in the bottom of the first inning. Teague Stevenson has his sign, comes to the set. The Lake Norden righty throws a strike right across the knees of Aiden Kelly. So number 22 is pitching to number 22. So I bet 22 gets the better of this at-bat. What do you think? We'll just see which number 22 it is. Stevenson shakes his head yes. The 0-1 offering now. Here it is. There's a shot down the third base line, but foul. The audience, the fans here say, straighten it out, Aiden, straighten it out. And if Aiden would have straightened it out, that probably would have been a double and an RBI. But anyway, no balls and 2 strikes now to Aiden Kelly. Mason Allen on second. And they faked the throw back to second. But Stevenson, it's good he didn't let it go for that team, because there was nobody at second base. So Teague wisely hung on to the ball that time. Here's the 0-2 to Kelly. That sails high across the plate on the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now to right-handed batting, number 22, Aiden Kelly for post 9. Stevenson has the sign, checks Mason Allen. There's a pitch. That's a dribbler down the third base line, but foul. Aiden Kelly jogs down to first base anyway, but it was foul. So count rides along now to Aiden Kelly. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Mason Allen on second. 1 out here, no score in the bottom of the first inning. Milbank and Lake Norden, Legion Baseball. Here's the Stevenson pitch. Whoa, that sails way high and inside. Over the head of Aiden Kelly that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Mac Copeland, your cleanup hitter, waits on the on-deck area here for Milbank. Teague Stevenson's pitch. That's low and outside. That gets away from Kelly far enough, or gets away from the catcher, far enough for Mason Allen to advance to third. So run number 1 is 90 feet away here for Milbank. A full count now to Aiden Kelly. So now even a fly ball to the outfield in a deep enough area could get Mason Allen in. Payoff pitch upcoming now from Stevenson. Here it is to Kelly. That's a shot on the ground to second base. Colby Stevenson up with it over to first. But coming in to score the first run of the season for Post 9 is Mason Allen, as Aiden Kelly is out. 4-3. Gets the fielder's choice RBI. So it is 1-0. Milbank post number 9 here in the bottom of the first inning. As the cleanup hitter now, number 11, Mac Copeland, left-handed batter in the batter's box. Base is empty, 2 outs. There's a shot down the left field line the opposite way by Copeland, but out of play is what I'm trying to say. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, we got to shake off a little rust here, too. It's been March since I've done any play-by-play with basketball, so here we go. No balls and 1 strike now to Copeland. Here's the pitch. That's a beautiful curveball in the outside corner that time. As you could just watch that thing. We're right behind home plate here at our vantage point, and that just sailed right across the plate. Mack in a no-ball, 2-strike hole now. Teague Stevenson has the sign. The right-hander's pitch to Copeland, and that's going to be inside. Does not hit Mack, but it gets pretty close. Mack takes it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Milbank first baseman. Again, 1-0 Milbank here in the bottom of the first inning. Again, welcome aboard either video stream, audio stream, or radio as well. There's that same curveball, but it stays outside that time from Teague Stevenson to Mac Copeland. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2s are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first. Milbank scores 1 so far. 1-0 Milbank. Here's the pitch. Copeland, that was right down Broadway, but Copeland getting around a little bit late on it again, fouling it out to the left. So count rides along. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to number 11 for post 9, Mac Copeland. Teague Stevenson shakes his head. The right-hander has the sign. Here's the 2-2. That's that same curveball, but that same result. It just hangs a little bit outside to fill up the count. Now, nice AB here by Mac. He fell down. No balls and 2 strikes. He's worked a full count now. If Mac reaches, Bennett Hunt will come to the dish. Payoff delivery now from Teague Stevenson to Copeland. Here it is. Mac swings and misses. So 2 strikeouts in the half inning belongs to Teague Stevenson, but Milbank does crack the goose egg. It's 1 complete. Milbank 1, Lake Norden 0. We'll be back with more Legion baseball coming up in 1 minute on KMSD.
At 203 Realty in Milbank, a huge part of their formula for success is their agent team. One of those agents is Emily Madsen.
Hi, this is Emily Madsen with 203 Realty. I would be thrilled to discuss all of your real estate needs. I have some innovative ideas that I'm eager to share with you. Contact us today by visiting 203-realty.com or stop by our office located at 203 East 4th Avenue in Milbank. 203 Realty, where your address is more than just a number.
Haslett Construction in Ortonville, Minnesota is known for their quality work. Additions to the Valley Queen Cheese Factory and First Bank and Trust, St. Lawrence School, Milbank Elementary, Ortonville Area Health Services, and the Big Stone County Highway Department Garage, and so many other projects over the years. They are known for their quality work and professionalism on the job. That's what makes Haslett Construction the contractor you want for your building projects. Go with the people you trust. Haslett Construction, Ortonville, Minnesota.
And welcome back to Legion Field at Farley Park here in North Milbank. Top of the second inning now. Lake Norden will send up batters 4, 5, and 6 against Milbank right-hander Aiden Kelly, Evan Schultz, Colby Stevenson, and Jose Mahi. Will come up to bat here in the top of the second inning. Again, if you're just tuning in, Milbank Mason Allen led off the game with a double. He came around to score on a fielder's choice by Aiden Kelly. So it's 1-0 Milbank here in the top of the second inning. Kelly's pitch now coming up here. There's a fastball right down the middle of the plate. It's fouled out into the parking lot. Not nearly far enough out there, though, for windshield territory. It hits the grass behind right field, or off to the right. So no ball and 1 strike. Now here comes the pitch. There's another curveball, but that hangs high that time by Aiden Kelly. Evan Schultz takes it. 1 ball and 1 strike now to the Lake Norden catcher. He wears number 17. Here's the Kelly pitch. That's right across Broadway. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Is the count to Evan Schultz. Again, Colby Stevenson waits on deck for Lake Norden. Here's the pitch. There's a high pitch and a high shot way down the right field line. Foul.
Bring your foul balls back to the third base dugout for 50 cents.
Foul ball tonight here in the season opener is worth 50 cents. Couple 3, 4 of those, you might have yourself a bag of popcorn. Here's the 1-2 now. There's the pitch. That's grounded. Kelly fields his position off the pitcher's mound over to Copeland at first. Evan Schultz, in case you're keeping score at home, goes out 1-3. That'll bring up number 24 now, the second baseman, Colby Stevenson. 1 out here in the top of the second. Again, 1 9-inning game here tonight. Sometimes we'll play doubleheaders. Sometimes we'll play just 1. Tonight is just 1. Here's the Kelly offering a strike at the knees on the fastball that time. So just when you think you might get a curveball from Kelly, Aiden rears back and fires about as hard as he can. Here's the 0-1. There's that same pitch on the outside corner. Aiden way ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes to Colby Stevenson. 1-0 Milbank here. Top of the second inning. Here's the Kelly pitch. That's that same pitch, but just a little bit low that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, Aiden was going to see if Colby would offer it that one. Colby did not. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kelly. Here it is. There's a swing and a miss. Kelly's 3rd strikeout tonight. In an inning and 2/3 of work so far. That will bring up number 25, the right fielder, left-handed batter, Jose Mahi, for post number 260, Lake Norden. Milbank, of course, in their red jersey vests with the blue sleeves, gray baseball pants. There's a Kelly fastball in the outside corner, but too far outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Jose Mahi. Again, your score 1-0 here. Here's the pitch. There's a shot into the center field, and playing him right in the place where he needs to be is Jackson Weesey. Jackson puts it in the glove. Second 3 up and 3 down inning. And that will be a 6 up, 6 down for Lake Norden. 1.5 here at Legion Field complete. Milbank 1, Lake Norden 0. We'll be back with more baseball coming up here in 1 minute on KMSD.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
Border Lake Insurance in Milbank and Ortonville is your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, Terry Holquist and staff at Border Lake Insurance have access to multiple companies that offer home, farm, auto, commercial, life, and health products. Border Lake Insurance has 2 convenient locations. Stop by or call their Main Street office in Milbank at 605-432-5884. Or in Ortonville, call 320-839-6145. Located in Grand Marais State Bank, formerly the Sen Bank Building. Border Lake Insurance. Insurance agents you can count on.
Entering the bottom of the second inning here, opening American Legion baseball action here on KMSD. Milbank batting in the bottom of the second, leading 1-0. They will send up third baseman number 15, Bennett Hunt. They've added walk-up music this season to the hometown batters here, of course. So Bennett Hunt, third baseman, number 15, will step in against Teague Stevenson. Here comes the Norden right-hander's pitch. There's a swing and a miss. No ball and 1 strike, the count to Bennett Hunt. Teague Stevenson, right-handed pitcher for Lake Norden. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Bennett Hunt. Brady Allen waits on deck for Milbank. And the Teague Stevenson pitch upcoming. Here's the 1-1. That is inside. That just about hit Bennett Hunt. That just about hit home plate umpire Ronnie Krause. But fortunately, it hit neither. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Here comes the Stevenson pitch. There's a grounder down the third base line, fair. Bennett Hunt takes the wide turn at first and slams on the brakes. Bennett with a single into left field. Has that just skipped over the third base bag? Just like Bennett placed it right there. Nice hit by Bennett Hunt that time out into left field. Bennett at first base now. That'll bring up number 3. The shortstop, Brady Allen for Milbank, post number 9. So Bennett Hunt at first, Brady Allen in the batter's box. Milbank leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Now Teague Stevenson checks Hunt over at first. We'll see if he's going anywhere. He does not. Brady Allen hits it into left field. This could be a tough play, and that's going to hit fair inside the line. And Hunt is going to go into third. Brady Allen standing at second with a stand-up double. Nice hit out into left field that time by Brady Allen. So Milbank threatening here. Runners on second and third with nobody out, and that'll bring up number 26, the left fielder, Caleb Lindstrom. And here's the pitch to Lindstrom. That sails right across the plate for a strike. So an excellent opportunity here for Caleb Lindstrom. 1-0 Milbank for now. Here comes the Teague Stevenson pitch. There's a kind of a low pitch, but offered at by Lindstrom. Swinging and missing. No balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Heinge, the right fielder, waits on deck here for Milbank. Again, Bennett Hunt at third. Brady Allen at second. Nobody out. An 0-2 count here to Lindstrom. Here comes the pitch. That's a called third strike. So strikeout number 3 tonight recorded for Teague Stevenson, and that'll bring up now number 8. The right fielder, Tyler Heinge. So a golden opportunity here, like we said, by post 9. Runners on second and third, now 1 out. Here's the pitch. There's a shot right up into the center field, into second base, into center field. One run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. A 2 RBI single by Tyler Heinge. And that, I thought that was going to be caught on the line drive that time by Teague Stevenson, but it got out of his glove. Bennett Hunt scores. Brady Allen right behind him. It is 3-0 now on the scoreboard here in Milbank. That'll bring up number 12, the 9th place hitter, center fielder Jackson Weesey, with now Heinge on first with his 2-run single. Here's the Stevenson pitch. That's right across Broadway for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike here to Jackson Weesey. Milbank scored 1 in the first, 2 so far here in the bottom of the second. It's 3-0. And here's the pitch. That's low and outside. Getting a nice jump is Heinge, and he's going to slide in safely. The throw a little bit to the shortstop side of second base that time by Evan Schultz. And that allowed Heinge to slide in safely. So Tyler now at second base with still only 1 out. Milbank is leading here 3-0. Jackson Weesey with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. We turn the top of the lineup and Mason Allen next. As Teague Stevenson's pitch, there's a swing and a miss by Weesey. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to number 12. Stevenson checks Heinge at second. Here's the pitch. There's a grounder down the third base line. Foul. So count rides along now. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jackson Weesey. Heinge, a pretty good lead off a second. Second baseman Kobe Stevenson cutting in behind Heinge. No throw back to second. And there's a swing and a miss by Weesey. So strikeout number 4 recorded by Teague Stevenson tonight. And that will turn the top of the lineup now with Mason Allen. Mason opened this game with a double. He eventually came around to score on a fielder's choice RBI by Aiden Kelly. So now there's 2 outs. Mason Allen in the box. 3-0 Milbank, bottom of the second. They fake the throw back to second again. And once again, it's lucky for Lake Norden that Teague Stevenson didn't let that one go because nobody was holding Heinge on that time. Now, Kobe Stevenson is cutting in behind Heinge at second base. No throw now. There's the throw homeward for the pitch. That misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Now to number 7, the second baseman, Mason Allen for Milbank Post 9. Again, if you're just tuning in, Post 9, 3-0 here so far over Lake Norden. Bottom of the second, the 1-0 Stevenson pitch. That's low and inside on the fastball. So Mason, again, working a nice batter's count here with 2 balls and no strikes now. Stevenson nods his head. He's got the sign. The 2-0 now to Mason. That's the same pitch, same result, low and inside. So 3 balls and no strikes. Does Mason have the green light? I would guess so with a 3-0 count. Tyler Heinge on second. Milbank up here 3-0. And Heinge, a good lead out at second. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Taken all the way that time by Mason Allen. So Heinge now has Stevenson. Here's the pitch. There's a hit into left field. Heinge is going to get the green light, so an RBI single belongs to Mason Allen, and it is now 4-0, Post 9. So Heinge comes in from second base. Milbank has hung the crooked number of 3 here so far in the bottom of the second to take a 4-0 lead. And that'll bring up Zach Kargas now, who struck out. I get into the play-by-play here once in a while, and I'm sorry I forgot to change the score. It's 4-0 Milbank. So Becky so graciously helps me out. Now it's right if you're watching our video stream. Throw over to first. Diving back in safely is Mason Allen. So Tyler Heinge tonight with a couple of RBIs, Aiden Kelly with an RBI, Mason Allen with an RBI. That's your 4 runs. And there is going to be a meeting at the mound for Lake Norden. Matt Stevenson comes out, and again, we want to catch a time here where we want to remind you that the Arnold Larson Clayton Olson tournament will be this weekend. Of course, we'll have all of Milbank's games for you here on the air. First one, Friday night, Milbank against Canby at 7. Saturday, Milbank's second game at 4 o'clock against Volga. And then Sunday, depends on how the teams do. Friday, 3 o'clock, Madison against Wynn. 5 o'clock, Canby against Volga. 7 o'clock, Milbank against Canby. We'll get back to the tournament lineup here shortly as the meeting on the mound is over now for Lake Norden. And the 1-0 count, that sails outside to Zach Kargas. So Zach ahead now, 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the second inning here, 4-0. Milbank is leading. Zach Kargas 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. There's a swing and a foul back to the retaining wall here in front of us. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Now to Zach Kargas. Mason Allen on first. Milbank leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Again, 1 9-inning game here tonight. Teague Stevenson now with the 2-1. Here it is, and there goes Mason Allen into second, but the ball gets away from catcher Schultz. So no throw. Mason goes into second base standing up. And a 3-1 count now to Zach Kargas. If Zach keeps the half inning alive, Aiden Kelly will come to the dish. Teague Stevenson now with the 3-1 offering to Kargas. Here it is, and that's a strike. Center cut fastball that time offered by Teague Stevenson to fill up the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Mason Allen will be off right away with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Mason with a good lead, and he's going to get a head start here. There he goes, and there's a swing and a foul, just a few feet off to the right of home plate. Actually, Mason was really not on the move that time, but anyway, he goes back to second, of course, on the foul ball. So the count rides along, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mason Allen on second. Milbank up here 4-0. Season opener, Legion baseball here in Milbank. And here's the Stevenson pitch. There's a beautiful curveball, a swing and a miss by Kargas. Strikeout number 5. Actually, it turns out that Stevenson struck out the side, but Milbank does hang 3 here in the bottom of the second. So we are going to step aside now. It's Milbank 4-0, but we're going to step aside for our video sponsors here on the video stream. All right, back we are here at Legion Field. Again, Milbank is leading here 4-0 in the top of the third inning against Lake Norden. Milbank scored 1 in the bottom of the first. They added 3 in the bottom of the second. Now Lake Norden will come up here in the top of the third inning.
Up to the plate is 3, Emmett Aho.
There's a pitch into Emmett Aho. The left fielder, number 3, that misses by Aiden Kelly. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Kelly. That hits about a foot in front of home plate. 2 balls and no strikes now to Emmett Aho. Angel Rahacha waits on deck for Lake Norden. Here's the 2-0 now. That misses. So getting way ahead is Emmett Aho. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 now. There's a strike at the knees on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Emmett Aho. And the 3-1, here it is. That's a little bit high. So Aho gains first base on the walk.
That'll bring up number 2, Angel Racha.
And that'll bring up number 2 now, the third baseman, Angel Racha for Lake Norden. Milbank leads here 4-0. Top of the 3rd inning. And here comes the pitch. That sails way above Racha's head. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, a pretty stiff breeze still blowing out here in Milbank. I was trying to get the wind on my phone on the radar, on the weather, and it said 12 miles an hour. It's got to be somewhere in the 20s here tonight with the wind. Here's the pitch. That's across the plate, but a little bit low. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Angel Racha. Jack Stormel waits next for Lake Norden, post 260. Again, if you're just tuning in, Milbank 1 in the bottom of the 1st, 3 in the bottom of the 2nd. It's 4-0 Milbank. And the plate jumping around a little bit this half inning so far on Aiden Kelly. Aiden, very good control through the first 2. Now that dish jumping around a little bit on the Milbank right-hander. 3 balls and no strikes now to Racha. There's a defensive swing if I've ever seen one, as that ball was kind of high and inside that time, and Racha just kind of put the bat out there and hit it down the third base line foul. So 3 balls and 1 strike now to Racha. Kelly shakes off a signal from catcher Zach Cargus. Now he has his sign. Here's the pitch. There's a little dribbler, but just fouled on the third base or first base line. Cargus fields it, but going back to first now, Emmett Aho. Racha goes back to the batter's box with a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, season opening game here for both teams. Milbank has the lead right now, 4-0. Racha now, here's the payoff. That is going to be a call. 3rd strike. Strikeout number 4 tonight. Recorded by Milbank right-hander Aiden Kelly.
That'll bring to the plate number 6, Turner Stevenson.
Actually, number 6, Turner Stevenson, now is in the batter's box for Lake Norden. So Stevenson now in the batter's box. There's a high outside fastball that stays there. 1 ball and no strikes. Now to Turner Stevenson with Aho at first. Here's the pitch. There's a foul out of play, out the opposite way to the left. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Jack Stormo, or excuse me, to Turner Stevenson. And the 1-1 now to Stevenson. There's a hit into a swing and a miss. Actually, I thought that went out to the right field, a foul, but it was a swing and a miss. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Turner Stevenson. Kelly comes to the set. There's a hit again, foul out to the left. So getting around too late on it again that time was Turner Stevenson as he hits it out of play to the left. Left-handed batter, Turner Stevenson. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Turner. And the Kelly pitch, there's a fly ball into left field down the third base line, and coming and catching it in foul territory. What a nice catch that time by shortstop Brady Allen. Oh, what an athletic play that time by the Milbank shortstop as he went into foul territory in third base.
Teague Stevenson.
And he caught that pop-up. So nice effort that time by Brady Allen to come up with the ball. And again, that wind played a little tricks on the Milbank shortstop that time, but he stuck with it, and that brings up the top of the lineup now with Teague Stevenson. He struck out in the top of the first to lead off the game, takes a strike at the knees. So Amidaho led off the half inning with a walk. He's still at first. And now with 2 outs, no balls and 1 strike. The count, here's the pitch. That is high. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Teague Stevenson. Stevenson takes it. He takes it 2 balls and 1 strike now. So Aho at first. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up into short left field. And staying with it out there is left fielder Caleb Lindstrom. And so Teague Stevenson flies out to left field. And that closes 2.5. So 2.5 in the books. Milbank 4, Lake Norden 0. And we're going to break again for our video sponsors this time. We'll be back with more baseball in a minute for our video sponsors. Alrighty, welcome back here to Legion Field on the north side of Milbank. Again, I'm Chad Knowles. Glad to be in here with you. Jeff back at the studios tonight. Glad to bring you American Legion baseball here on a Tuesday night, 2nd day of June. Milbank here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll bring up Aiden Kelly, Matt Copeland, and Bennett Hunt. Again, Milbank is leading here 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Aiden Kelly has credit with an RBI, fielder's choice. Back in the first, at that time, scored Mason Allen. So here's the Teague Stevenson pitch. There's a grounder to third. That takes a tricky hop and goes past the glove of Rachon to left field for a single. So Aiden Kelly is on first base now with a bad hop single, if you will. And that'll bring up Matt Copeland, who is 0 for 1 tonight in the scorebook. Mac struck out back in the first inning. So Aiden Kelly at first now, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 4-0 Milbank here. Here's the pitch. That's across the plate, but a little bit low to Mac. 1 ball and no strikes now to the left-handed batting first baseman, who wears number 11 for Milbank. Teague Stevenson comes now to the set. Here's the pitch. That's going to stay outside on the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. So again, Mac now working himself into a hitter's count here at 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. That misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Three balls and no strikes now to Mac Copeland. With Kelly on first. Here's the pitch. That sails high, so Mac takes a 4-pitch walk. And that'll send Kelly to second base now, so Milbank has something brewing here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. I might have said 4th inning earlier. Sorry, it's only the bottom of the 3rd. 4-0 Milbank as Bennett Hunt comes to the dish now. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside to the Milbank third baseman. He singled back in the 2nd. Eventually scored on the 2-run single by Tyler Heinge. Here's the pitch now to Hunt. There's a swing and a miss on a Stevenson fastball. One ball and one strike now the count to Bennett Hunt. Kelly on second, Copeland on first. Here's the pitch. That's a curveball, but it stays low. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bennett Hunt. Brady Allen, who already has a double tonight, waiting on deck for Milbank. Two balls and 1 strike. Here the count to Bennett Hunt. Swing and a miss. Stevenson just threw with every ounce of energy he had that time, and Bennett Hunt late on the fastball on the swing and miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Bennett Hunt. And the Stevenson pitch, there it is. That's across the plate, but low. Catcher can't find it. Going into third, and sliding in safely is Aiden Kelly. Aiden hesitated just a little bit that time between second and third, but he did pull the trigger. He went into third. He got in there safely. In the meantime, Mac Copeland goes into second. So now runners on second and third for Milbank. Still nobody out, and a full count now to Bennett Hunt. And here's the payoff now to Bennett. Called strike 3. So, strikeout number 6 tonight for Teague Stevenson. And that'll bring up Brady Allen, who hit a pretty stinging double out into deep left field. His only other time up tonight. He's 1 for 1. Brady as well also scored eventually on the Tyler Heinge single back in the 2nd. So another excellent opportunity here for Brady. Copeland on second, Kelly on third. Here's the pitch to Brady. He wanted that one, but that was a little bit low and inside. He swung and missed anyway. No balls and 1 strike. Brady wanted to give that one a ride over the left field fence here at the stadium. 304 down the right field line, 307 down the left field, 372 to the power alleys, 390 to right center, 372 to dead center. And there's a pitch that gets away from the catcher coming in, and there's going to be a throwaway. So Kelly slides in safely and then back to third, and he gets in. No, Copeland's going to be out. Okay, so Aiden Kelly scores. All right, Copeland is out at third. And Brady Allen is still in the batter's box now with the bases empty. So what happened was the ball got away from the catcher, Evan Schultz. Schultz threw homeward to Teague Stevenson, but the ball got away, so Kelly slid in safely. And then in the meantime, Copeland could not get back to third in time, so that's what happened, or he got thrown out at third. So anyway, there's the 0-1 count now to Allen. 1 ball and 1 strike as that misses. So all of a sudden, Brady with a golden opportunity, runners on second and third. You wave your magic wand, bases are empty. So now Brady doesn't have any RBI opportunity here, as all of a sudden the bases are empty for Milbank. But Milbank does add a run here. It's 5-0 now. Here's the Stevenson pitch to Allen. That's low and outside. I guess I need to say Brady Allen, because obviously Mason Allen is on the team too. So if you're just tuning in, and which Allen is at the plate? Okay, this is Brady Allen now. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Brady Allen. Bases empty. Milbank up 5-0. Bottom of the third inning. Here's the Stevenson pitch. That's right across the plate. Taken by bat on shoulder that time by Brady Allen. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to number 3. The shortstop, who made an excellent catch running into left, running in down the third base line last half inning. 2-2 now from Stevenson to Brady. Here it is. That's high and in. Well, actually, that gets Brady Allen a little bit on the elbow, so Brady gets hit by the pitch. And that'll bring up Caleb Lindstrom now, who struck out.
That is number 26, Caleb Lindstrom.
I like this walk-up music touch they're doing so far this year. That's really, I think that's cool. 5-0, Milbank is leading here in the bottom of the third. Brady Allen on first. Caleb Lindstrom in the batter's box. Here's the Stevenson pitch. There goes Brady. There's a hit where nobody was into left field. Brady Allen's going to try to gain third, and the throw is way high. So Brady Allen goes all the way from first to third on the Caleb Lindstrom single into left, and then on the throw to third, Lindstrom goes in to second base.
Tyler Heinze.
And that'll bring up Tyler Heinze now with runners on second and third. And there's 2 out. Heinze already owns a 2-run single here tonight, so we'll see if Tyler can add to his RBI total here tonight. Golden opportunity. Runners on second and third for Milbank now. Milbank up already here, 5-0. Here's the Stevenson pitch. That is in. That's a nice curveball right across the heart of the plate. No balls and 1 strike now to Heinze. Brady Allen at third. Lindstrom at second. The 0-1 pitch now to Heinze, and here it is. That's low and outside. Nice job behind the dish that time by catcher Evan Schultz to prevent, well, Allen for sure, I would guess would have come in from third that time. Anyway, that's all for naught. 1 ball, 1 strike now, and the nice defensive play by Evan Schultz. And that's the stuff that's not going to make the box score the next day, by the way. Are those nice defensive plays like that. Here's the pitch. That sails right across the plate, but high. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Tyler Heinze. If he keeps the half inning alive, Jackson Weesey is up next. Again, welcome to our radio broadcast and or our video and audio stream here tonight. Here's the pitch. That's going to just about hit Heinze on the inside part of the plate. Heinze gets out of the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now Tyler in control here with a hitter's count. So we'll see what Stevenson offers here with first base empty, but runners at second and third for Milbank. Again, Heinze with a 2-run single back in the last half inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch now to Tyler. There's a grounder out to short. Bo Stevenson gobbles it up over to first. And the out is complete. So Heinze goes out short to first. Milbank leaves runners at second and third, but 3 complete here at Legion Field on the north side of Milbank, 5-0. Milbank leads. The top of the fourth comes up on the other side of this timeout, and we'll break this time for 60 seconds, and we'll be back with more on KMSD.
Enjoy the warm seasons without the hassle of home maintenance at Fairway View Apartments in Ortonville. Fairway View Apartments offers 55-plus adults, spacious 1- and 2-bedroom apartments on month-to-month leases. No more yard work or household repairs or upkeep. Just comfortable living with convenient amenities and plenty of opportunities to socialize. Rent includes continental breakfast with additional meal options available. Want to experience Fairway View before making a decision? A fully furnished short-term stay apartment is available for a trial stay. Call Julie at 320-839-4172 for details or to schedule a tour today.
At Pioneer, our name is our mission. We started as trailblazers and will continue to push the limits in agriculture. And by combining elite seed genetics, local knowledge and insights, and rigorous local testing, we continue to discover new ways to keep your yields on the leading edge. To learn more, contact your local authorized Pioneer sales representatives, Paul or Riley at Dakota Country Egg Service at 605-467-0715 or 605-949-4170. Pioneer, what's next happens here.
And And welcome back here to the top of the fourth inning. Milbank has made a pitching change now. Aiden Kelly is done for the night. Tyler Heinge comes in from right field. And a straight defensive switch. Aiden Kelly goes out to right. So Aiden Kelly, let's get an official line on him here. Aiden Kelly goes 3 innings. Gives up no runs, no hits. And he strikes out 4 Lake Norden batters. That's the official line here tonight on Aiden Kelly, starting pitcher for Milbank. Again, Tyler Heinge takes over. Here's the Heinge fastball. 2, Bo Stevenson, the shortstop. It's low outside. He flew out to right field back in the first, so he is 0 for 1 here tonight. Here's the Heinge pitch. That's right across Broadway. Splits the plate in half. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now to Bo Stevenson. Again, 1 9-inning game here tonight, of course, unless we get run ruled before that. Milbank is up here 5-0. Here's the pitch. There's kind of a low pitch, but it looked good that time to Bo Stevenson. He offered at it and missed it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Lake Norden shortstop. Here's the Heinge pitch. There's a swing and a miss. High cheese that time. Bo Stevenson strikes out.
Next up for Lake Norden will be number 23, Trig Heinrich.
That'll bring up Trig Heinrich, now number 23, the first baseman. He struck out back in the first. Of course, that was against Aiden Kelly, obviously. Heinge pitch, strike at the knees. Tyler, a small sample size here, but he's pitching pretty well here so far tonight. Small sample size, though. Here's the 0-1. There's low and inside now on the Heinge fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Trig Heinrich, the third place hitter tonight for post 260. Here's the pitch. That's high on the fastball that time. 2 balls and 1 strike. Looks like Heinge is also a quick worker on the mound. 2-1 now the count. Here's the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-ball, 2-strike count. There it is, right across the plate, but low. Nice block that time by catcher Zach Cargus behind the dish. So the count is full now to Trig Heinrich. Here's the pitch. That's a called 3rd strike. Back-to-back strikeouts in relief here by Tyler Heinge.
That'll bring to the plate number 7, Evan Schultz.
So strikeout number 6 tonight collectively for the Milbank pitching staff. 4 by Kelly, now 2 by Heinge. Here's Evan Schultz. Sprays that down the right field line the opposite way. Foul. Schultz grounded out, pitcher to first. He's 0 for 1. There's a 2-hopper to short. Brady Allen up with it over to first. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for relief pitcher Tyler Heinge. 3.5 complete here at the ballpark. Lake Norden does not score, so it's Milbank 5, Lake Norden 0. We'll be back with more American Legion baseball in 1 minute on KMSD.
You don't have to live with aches and pains. See Dr. Matt at Chiropractic in Motion. With a minor adjustment, headaches, numbness, and pain can be relieved. Dr. Matt is the type of chiropractor that helps his patients by correcting the problem with as few visits as possible. Chiropractic in Motion looks forward to seeing their customers outside of the office, enjoying their lifestyle with a smile. The next time you have aches and pains, count on the helping hands of Dr. Matt. He's there when you need him. Chiropractic in Motion, sports injury and family wellness. Center, Highway 12, Milbank.
Lewis Family Drug is your one-stop location. In addition to quality prescription and non-prescription drugs with free delivery, Lewis has a huge selection of everyday basics and name brands and specialty items, always at affordable prices. They carry seasonal items, fabrics, crafts, and groceries. Shopping at your local Lewis Drug is more simple and more rewarding than ever. Download the Lewis mobile app to add on-the-go convenience to your errands. Lewis Family Drug. Everyday savings close to home.
And welcome back into Milbank's beautiful brand new ballpark here. A couple of years in the making here. Adding new things as we go along pretty much every season here. And we've got 3.5 complete here. Milbank is leading 5-0. And again, we want to thank our baseball sponsors, the Millstone Family Restaurant, Avera Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital, Avera, Milbank Tobacco Coalition, 203 Realty, Bean Pharmacy, Haslam Construction, Milbank Ford, Porter Lake Insurance, Ortonville Area Health Services, Dakota Country Ag Service, Chiropractic and Motion, Lewis Family Drug Pro Image Partners, ITC, Schmidt's Landing, and of course our video and audio sponsors as well. If you're watching our video stream, that'll bring up Jackson Weesey now, who struck out back in the second. Jackson Weesey, and then we'll turn over the top of the lineup here for post 9. Teague Stevenson still dealing on the bump here for Lake Norden. And he deals a little bit low to Weesey that time. 1 ball and no strikes now to Jackson. And here is the Stevenson pitch. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes now to Jackson Weesey. Mason Allen in the top of the lineup. Bats next here for Milbank post 9. And here is the pitch. That is inside to Weesey. Just about hit him, but Jackson got out of the way that time. So Weesey way ahead now. 3 balls and no strikes. Stevenson has his sign. The right-hander's pitch. That's a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike now taken by Weesey with bat on shoulder that time. So 3-1 now to Jackson. And here's the Stevenson pitch. That's a strike at the knees. It's a nice battle back here by Teague Stevenson. He fell behind Weesey. 3 balls and no strikes. Now it's a full count. Here comes the payoff now to Jackson. There is a swing and a tip foul. He landed in fair territory, but it must have hit Jackson's foot first. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count rides along now to the Milbank center fielder. Payoff pitch upcoming here now to Weesey. Here it is. And there's a hit into left field, and that is going to find Green out in left field. Jackson Weesey dumps a single into left field in front of left fielder Emadaho. And so Jackson is on first.
Mason Allen
gets a high 5 down there from first base coach Brady Femling. So that'll bring up Mason Allen, who is a perfect 2 for 2 tonight. A double back in the first, a single, and an RBI in the second. So Mason 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double and an RBI. Pretty nice stat line so far for Mason here in 2 ABs. Here's the pitch. That's high and outside. Gets away from the catcher. Standing up into second, taking the wide turn at second is Jackson Weesey. Wisely slams on the brakes though and goes back to second. So Weesey now at second. And Mason Allen with a 1-0 count in the batter's box. So Stevenson now, here comes the pitch to Allen. That's going to get away from the catcher again. So going into third is Jackson Weesey. Those pitches offered by Stevenson kind of tying catcher Evan Schultz up in knots there a little bit. So allows Mason Allen now to get into third base. So that's where Weesey is now at third. Mason Allen with a 2-0 count. And the Stevenson pitch, that is going to get away from the catcher again, and coming in to score this time is Weesey. So you don't see that real often in baseball, where a guy will get a single, goes to second on a wild pitch, goes to third on a wild pitch, and scores on a wild pitch. So there you go. Result the same, though. Milbank has scored a touchdown without kicking the extra point right now. It's 6-0 Milbank here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Base is empty now for Mason Allen with a 3-0 count. Here it comes. And that's going to be a ball. I thought home plate umpire Ronnie Krause was going to put up the right hand there right away, but it was outside. And that will bring up now number 21, the catcher Zach Cargus. Cargus 0 for 2 tonight on the strikeout, both times for post 9. 6-0 Milbank, and there goes Allen. He got a nice jump, but he's just going to get a Tuesday night wind sprint there, as that hit was foul. Cargus hit it out of play, foul is what I'm trying to say, so Mason Allen has to go back to first. Mason with a nice break off of first that time. But again, Allen at first now with a no ball, 1 strike count to Zach Cargus. Teague Stevenson pitch. No, he's going to throw it over to first. Oh, they just about had Mason leaning the wrong way that time. Mason dives back in safely, though. Mason initially took just a little of a break, or a little bit of a break towards second, and boy, Stevenson fired a P over there and just about nipped him at first base. Mason back in safely. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There goes Mason. Gets a good jump. Throw down to second. Not in time. Actually, it hits Allen, as it turns out. So Mason slides in safely with a stolen base. And a no ball, 2 strike count to Zach Cargus. So Mason Allen now in scoring position with an 0-2 count to Cargus. Nobody out here, bottom of the fourth. Milbank has already scored 1 here to add to their 5-0 lead. It's 6-0. And here's the pitch. There's a foul back to the netting behind home plate. Mason Allen not on the move that time to third base. So Zach hanging in there tough with a no ball, 2 strike count now. As here's the pitch to Zach Cargus. So that's kind of an excuse me swing that time. That's kind of a case where the pitch was just about right at the kind of the where you hold the bat basically, and it just hit Cargus's bat. So no balls and 2 strikes. The count rides along now to Zach Cargus. Mason Allen on second. Milbank already up here 6-0. And here is the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So Cargus down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. That is the 7th strikeout tonight for Lake Norden right-hander Teague Stevenson. And that'll bring up Aiden Kelly now, who has a fielder's choice RBI and a single so far tonight. Aiden Kelly now, of course, defensively in right field. He started on the bump tonight for Milbank. But Heinge came in from right field to relieve Kelly, so Kelly goes out to right field. So the right fielder now, Aiden Kelly, in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss by Aiden. Mason Allen on second, 1 out. 6-0 Milbank here in the bottom of the 4th. Again, 1 9-inning contest here tonight. There's a fake throw back to second. Mason dives back in. A little bit tardy with this, but you're listening to Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD Milbank, South Dakota, streaming audio video, our YouTube channel, and there's a pitch that gets away from the catcher, and I think both pitcher and catcher didn't know for sure if that hit the bat of Kelly, but it didn't evidently, so gaining third is Mason Allen. So Mason 90 feet away now with less than 2 outs. So if Kelly gets a fly ball even deep enough, that should score Mason Allen easily. The 1-1 pitch now from Stevenson to Kelly. Here it is. That's going to be on the ground to second. Kobe Stevenson up with it, over to first, and Kelly has his second 4-3 RBI fielder's choice tonight. So it is 7-0 now, Milbank. So Milbank has scored 1 in the bottom of the first, 3 in the bottom of the second, 1 in the bottom of the third, and 2 so far here in the bottom of the fourth. They have scored the proverbial touchdown and now added the extra point. It's 7-0 Milbank. Here's the pitch by Stevenson. Oh, that's a beautiful curveball on the outside corner. Oh, that froze Copeland that time. That honestly, on the way in, it looked like it was outside, and then just at the last second, it broke right over the outside of the plate. No balls and 1 strike now to Copeland. Stevenson has a pretty curveball. There's no doubt about that. Here's the 0-1 now to Mack. That's high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to the Milbank first baseman, who wears number 11. Bases empty here with 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. And the Stevenson pitch. Here it is. That's on the ground to second. Kobe Stevenson. No, it handcuffs Kobe. And Matt Copeland is going to gain first. I'm not the official score, and I don't play one on the radio, but I'm going to guess that might be an error. But anyway, Copeland's on first. It actually took kind of a tricky hop, though, so you know what? I'm going to give Mack a single on that one. And that'll bring up now Bennett Hunt. Bennett has struck out tonight, singled and scored a run. Here's the pitch to Bennett. There's that curveball, but it hangs outside that time. 1 ball and no strikes now as Copeland is on first. 2 outs. Milbank up here, 7-0. Opening game here for the baseball American Legion season here in 2026. Here's the 1-0. There goes Copeland. Gets a good jump. Throw down to second. Max slides in safely with a stolen base. And Ron Krause kind of said that on our preview the other day at the radio station. He said this team has some power, but they also have some speed, and they are showing it here so far tonight. Actually, both power and speed so far tonight, but anyway, we're up here 7-0 Milbank is, and a 1-1 count now to Bennett Hunt. Copeland at second. Here's the pitch. There's a nice floating over the center of the plate curveball again. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Bennett Hunt. Milbank leads 7-0, bottom of the fourth. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bennett Hunt. Here comes the pitch. There's that fastball, but that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Stevenson trying to get the 3rd strike on Bennett Hunt via the conventional fastball that time, but Bennett did not offer. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss by Hunt. Strikeout number 8, recorded by Teague Stevenson. So 4 complete. Milbank adds 2 runs to their total after 4. Milbank 7, Lake Norden 0. We'll be back with more Legion baseball in 1 minute on KMSD.
Pro Image Partners. Pro Image Partners. So many reasons why you can turn to us. We'll help you show your pride. You want the best for work or play. We're your one-stop image shop. We'll help you show your pride. ProImagePartners.com.
Ready for fiber-fast internet and friendly service? Experience unbeatable speed and local support with ITC, your community-connected cooperative. When you call ITC, you're talking to a real person, a neighbor, not a robot. We take pride in offering same-day or next-day support when you need it, and our support doesn't stop there. With investment initiatives like ITC Impact, we're giving back to the communities that make us great. Faster internet and friendlier service are in reach with ITC. Get started today.
And welcome back to Legion Baseball. A little housekeeping, if you will. Matt Copeland, I gave him a single. Officially, that was an error. So Mac did reach first base anyway, to his credit, but it was an error charged to the second baseman officially. So Milbank is leading here 7-0. Lake Norden now in the top of the fifth inning will bring up Kobe Stevenson, Jose Mahi, and Emmett Aho to face now Milbank right-handed reliever Tyler Heinge. Again, Milbank is leading here 7-0. Now the field is sun-splashed here again in Milbank. Sun has gone behind the clouds a few times here tonight. Again, breezes 16 miles an hour, anywhere up to about 20, 25 here tonight. I guess give or take, there's quite a breeze blowing here at the field. Here's the pitch. That's an excuse me swing down the right field line. Foul. So Tyler Heinge quickly ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes to Kobe Stevenson. Again, Milbank's pitching staff collectively tonight has 6 strikeouts. 4 by Kelly and 2 by Heinge so far. Here's the Tyler pitch. That's going to be fouled right back to the netting behind home plate right in front of us. Milbank leading here 7-0 if you're just tuning in, top of the 5th inning. Again, we go 1 9-inning game here tonight. Here's the pitch. That is low and inside from Heinge. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Kobe Stevenson. And the Heinge 1-2. That is going to be low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Stevenson is 0 for 1 officially tonight. He struck out back in the second. Of course, again, that was against starting pitcher Aiden Kelly. Here's the 2-2. Now that's going to be low and inside to fill up the count. So nice at-bat here by Kobe Stevenson to lead off the 5th. He fell behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch now to Stevenson. There's a dribbler, literally about 20 feet or less foul down the first base line. Count rides along. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Kobe Stevenson. And the full count, payoff pitch, called, 3rd strike. I don't think
That'll bring to the plate number 25.
Kobe Stevenson thought perhaps that was strike 3, but Ronnie Krause, home plate umpire, rung him up. It looked like a pretty good pitch to me. So, strikeout number 3 now by Heinge, and that'll bring up Jose Mahi, who has flied out to center field. He's 0 for 1 here tonight. Mahi takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes now to Jose Mahi. Here's the pitch. There's a foul back to the retaining wall again right in front of us. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mahi, a left-handed batter for the Lake Norden Post 260 team. Here's the pitch. That's over Mahi's head that time. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Jose. Base is empty, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Milbank is leading 7-0. Here's the pitch. That's high on the Hein G fastball, high and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Mahi. Hein G comes to the set with the bases empty. Here's the 3-1. That is a ball. So Mahi takes a walk.
That walk will bring up number 3, Emmett Aho.
That's going to bring up number 3, the left fielder, Emmett Aho, who has walked. He was eventually stranded at first back in the 3rd. So here's the pitch now to Aho. That is low and inside. Mahi on first, 1 out for Lake Norden. They are trailing 7-0 here to Milbank. And the 1-0, here it is. That is a strike at the knees on the Hein G fastball that time to Emmett Aho. He takes it, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is low, right across the plate, but low. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Aho. Racha waits on deck for Lake Norden. The 2-1 from Hein G, here it is. That's a swing and a miss. The ball perhaps a little bit low that time, but looked good to Emmett Aho. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Lake Norden left fielder. 2-2 the count. Here it is. That is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes to fill up the count now. Mahi on first. 1 out here in the bottom or top of the 5th. There's the payoff pitch. There's a swing and a miss on the Hein G fastball that time. Strikeout number 4 now, recorded by Hein G in relief. And he has 4 strikeouts now to match starting pitcher Aiden Kelly's 4 strikeouts earlier tonight. So Milbank, my math says 4 plus 4 is 8. The Milbank pitching staff has 8 strikeouts so far tonight. Here's the Hein G pitch. That's right at the knees on the fastball of Racha. Racha takes it. No balls and 1 strike. Mahi on first, 2 outs. Racha with a no ball, 1 strike count. Here's the Hein G fastball, same pitch, same result. No balls and 2 strikes now to Angel Racha. Again, top of the 5th is where we are here on your Tuesday night. Milbank 7-0. Here's the pitch. There's a defensive swing. First baseman Copeland says, I'll take it himself, and he does. Touches first base, 3 unassisted in your scorebook that closes the top of the 5th inning. 4.5 complete here at Legion Field. Milbank 7, Lake Norden nothing. We'll be back with more Legion baseball coming up in a minute on KMSD.
Haslam Construction in Ortonville, Minnesota is known for their quality work. Additions to the Valley Queen Cheese Factory and First Bank and Trust, St. Lawrence School, Milbank Elementary, Ortonville Area Health Services, and the Big Stone County Highway Department Garage, and so many other projects over the years. They are known for their quality work and professionalism on the job. That's what makes Haslam Construction the contractor you want for your building projects. Go with the people you trust. Haslam Construction, Ortonville, Minnesota.
Hell yeah. It's breakfast time at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Milbank. The Millstone loves breakfast as much as you do, but they've decided it's time to step up their breakfast game even more. Check out their new breakfast lineup, which includes blueberry French toast, the chicken and waffles breakfast sandwich, and their new lineup of eggs Benedict. It's all part of their new Shell Yeah breakfast menu at the Millstone Family Restaurant, East Highway 12 in Milbank.
And my eyes tell me we've got a new pitcher for Lake Norden. Turner Stevenson is on the mound now, taking over for Teague Stevenson, who goes 4 innings here tonight. Teague Stevenson, let's see, he strikes out 8.
A pitching change for Lake Norden will bring.
And he gives up 7 runs on 9 hits And let's see, how many did he walk, if any? He walked 1, 2. So 2 walks. All right, so again, now left-handed pitcher Turner Stevenson in for Teague Stevenson. Teague's unofficial lineup, 4 innings pitched, gives up 7 runs, 9 hits, walks 2, and strikes out 8.
Brady Allen.
So Turner Stevenson, left-handed pitcher, fires a ball into Brady Allen. Brady Allen tonight has was hit by a pitch, and he doubled and he scored a run. Here's the pitch. That's high to Brady Allen. So Brady takes it. 1 ball. 1 ball and 1 strike, I believe. No, 2 balls, I think, is the count now to Brady Allen. Here's the pitch. That hits Brady Allen. So Brady will go to first base. Second time in a row he's been hit by a pitch here tonight. So Brady takes one for the team, as they say. And that'll bring up now left fielder Caleb Lindstrom. Caleb has struck out, and he has singled here tonight. Again, Milbank up here 7-0, bottom of the 5th. Turner Stevenson, left-handed pitcher for Lake Norden. Here's the pitch. There is a swing and a foul at the plate. So Brady Allen now is at first base. Caleb Lindstrom is behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Again, kind of a breezy night here in Milbank. 16, 17 mile an hour gusts. Here's a pop-up to third base. Actually going into foul territory, the shortstop. Nice play that time by Bo Stevenson. Or no, that was the pitcher, actually. Oh, nice defensive play by the pitcher, Turner Stevenson, that time.
Number 8, Tyler Heinge.
So the pitcher, Turner Stevenson, goes into foul territory and gathers that one in. And that will bring to the plate now the pitcher, Tyler Heinge. Tyler, of course, started the game in right field tonight, came in relief of starting pitcher Hayden Kelly. So 1 ball, no strike the count now to Tyler Heinge. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tyler. Brady Allen on first with 1 out. 7-0 Milbank here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, 1 9-inning contest here tonight. Here's the pitch. There goes Brady Allen. Got a nice jump. Throw was right there, but just a little bit high. Brady slides in under the tag. So Brady Allen, a stolen base. So Brady out at second now. Tyler Heinge with a 2-1 count. Milbank leads here 7-0. Here's the pitch. There's a single, a laser into left field, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. Allen comes in to score easily. Tyler Heinge, RBI double. Milbank leads now 8-0 here on the scoreboard as Brady Allen comes in on the RBI double by Tyler Heinge. So Tyler Heinge has 3 RBIs tonight on a single and now a double. And that'll bring up Jackson Weesey. Again, 8-0 Milbank here. Here's the pitch. That's going to get away temporarily from the catcher Schultz, but not far enough for Heinge to advance to third. So Jackson Weesey with a 1-0 count now. Here comes the pitch. That's low and outside. To Weesey. 2 balls and no strikes now to Jackson. And here comes the 2-0. Now that's going to get away from the catcher. So into third is Tyler Heinge. So 3 balls and no strikes. Now the count to Weesey. Jackson with an ideal opportunity here to drive in a run for himself. Milbank's potential 9th run is standing 90 feet away with Tyler Heinze. Here comes the pitch to Weesey now. That is low. Jackson takes a walk. So that'll turn the top of the lineup now with Mason Allen.
To the top of the lineup, number 7, Mason Allen.
Mason Allen tonight has been on base all 3 times, just what you want your leadoff man to do. He has doubled, he has an RBI single, and he has walked. He's scored a couple of runs tonight as well. Here's the Stevenson pitch. That's low and inside. So Mason Allen takes it, 1 ball and no strikes. And here comes the pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike. In the meantime, going into second, standing up is Jackson Weesey. So Weesey now is at second, Heinze at third. A 1-1 count to Mason Allen. And here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Oh boy, Mason wanted to drive in at least 2 runs with that swing that time, and he came up empty. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Mason Allen. Runners on second and third for Milbank. Here's the pitch. There's a fisted ball to shortstop. Bo Stevenson gathers that one in. So Mason Allen jammed a little bit that time, popped it up to short. And so that is 2 outs now. Of course, if you're Lake Norden, that's a big out because Milbank does not score any runs that time. As that'll bring up now Zach Cargus. Milbank is up here already, though, 8-0. So Lake Norden running out of at-bats here. But anyway, here's the pitch to Cargus. That is low. Nice block that time by Evan Schultz. Evan just didn't locate it there just immediately, but he got right back on the ball to prevent Heinze from running in from third base. And the 1-0 now, here it is to Cargus. He takes it high. 2 balls and no strikes. Zach looking for his first hit on the season. He's 0 for 3, struck out 3 times here so far tonight. Here's the Stevenson pitch. There's a fist shot out of play to the right.
Grab that foul ball.
2 balls and 1 strike. And again, you get that foul ball back in to where it's supposed to be. You've got yourself a 50-cent piece. Here's the 2-1. That's about the same pitch and about the same result. A foul. As some kids scatter for that baseball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, the count to Zach Cargus. Runners on second and third for Milbank, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside to fill up the count. Now first base is unoccupied for now. Milbank has an 8-0 lead here. Bottom of the 5th inning. And here's the Stevenson pitch. That's high and inside. So first base is occupied now by Zach Cargus. Bases are loaded. And that'll bring up now Derek Karst, pinch hitting. Karst pinch hitting for Aiden Kelly. Big left-handed batter, Derek Karst. Bases are loaded for Milbank. We'll see what number 36 can do here from the left side. Lefty against lefty. Strike at the knees by Turner Stevenson. Derek Karst behind, no balls and 1 strikes again. There's a foul down the left field line. So Turner Stevenson quickly ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes. Heinze at third, Weesey at second, Cargus at first. The 0-2 pitch upcoming now to Derek Karst. Here it is. That is low and outside. Derek takes it, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and there is a swing and a miss. So Milbank leaves the bases loaded. And that is strikeout number 1 for Turner Stevenson. Milbank does score 1, though. So after 5 complete, it's Milbank 8 and Lake Norden 0. We'll be back with more in 1 minute on KMSD.
Healthcare isn't just in hospitals. It happens where you are. Whether you need home care after surgery, therapy to get stronger, medical equipment to stay safe, or compassionate hospice care for a loved one, Avera at Home brings the expertise to you. We're redefining healthcare to meet your needs and meet you right where you are. Learn more at avera.org/Avera at Home.
Imagine a future where tobacco is a thing of the past, remaining only as a relic in a museum display case for tour guides to tell tales of, where the life-threatening damage caused by tobacco is gone, extinct, where the world has seen its last smoke put out. Smokes, vapes, and chew tins belong in a museum of ancient history, not your mouth. Start your quit today. Find out more at thelastsmoke.org. Paid for by the South Dakota Department of Health
And the Milbank Tobacco Coalition.
Yeah, looks like we have our third new pitcher here tonight. Third pitcher for Milbank, Zach Kargas, is on the bump here now for Milbank, taking over for Tyler Heinge. I think Heinge is going behind the plate to catch. Yes, he is. So, straight defensive switch that time, as Heinge takes over at catching now, and taking over at pitching is Zach Kargas here in the top of the 6th inning.
That'll bring to the plate number 6, Turner Stevenson.
So Turner Stevenson now, the pitcher actually in the batter's box. He popped out to short. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Here comes the Zach Kargas pitch. That's right across the plate for a strike. No balls and 1 strike now to Turner Stevenson. And here comes the 0-1 now from Zach. That's going to be fisted to third. Played by Bennett Hunt. Throws over to first. Nice play by Bennett Hunt. So he grounds out. To third does Turner Stevenson.
Next up to bat for Lake Norden will be number 22, Teague Stevenson.
And that'll be Teague Stevenson now in the top of the lineup here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, Milbank is leading here 8-0. Here comes the pitch. Strike at the knees on the fastball by Kargas. Teague tonight has struck out, and he's flied out to left field. Here comes the Kargas pitch. That's just kind of that curveball, but that hangs high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, bases empty here, top of the 6th inning. Milbank is leading 8-0 here in this opening game of the Legion 26 season. Here's the pitch. That's right across the plate, but a little bit low from Zach Kargas. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now to Teague Stevenson. Bowl. Stevenson waits on deck here for Lake Norden. And here comes the pitch. That's low. Nice block behind the dish that time by Heinge. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now to Teague Stevenson, who's in a hitter's count here for Lake Norden. And the Zach Kargas 3-1. Here it is. That's low. Teague Stevenson takes a walk. That'll bring up Bo Stevenson, who has flied out to right, and he is struck out.
That walk brings up number 4, Bo Stevenson.
So Bo Stevenson looking for his first hit here of the game. Teague Stevenson on first. Throw over by Kargas. That's kind of just a thinking about you throw, so diving back in is Teague Stevenson. Zach Kargas checks Teague over at first. Here comes the pitch. Right across the plate, center cut fastball. No balls and 1 strike to Bo Stevenson now. Again, Teague Stevenson at first with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Milbank is leading 8-0. And the Kargas pitch is upcoming. The Milbank right-hander, here it is. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Now to Bo Stevenson. And the 0-2, here it is. There's a swing and a miss. High heat by Zach Kargas. So Zach gets credit for his first strikeout here tonight. Milbank as a staff has 9 strikeouts now. 4 by Kelly, 4 by Heinze, and now 1 by Kargas. 9 strikeouts so far tonight by the Milbank pitching staff. Trig Heinrich now in the batter's box. There goes the runner to second. Whoa, that throw goes way into right center field. And getting in, shall we say safely, oh yes, is Teague Stevenson. Tyler Heinze actually looking at his hand a little bit that time. That one got away, I guess, a little bit from Tyler. That sailed way to the right field side of second base. And 1 ball and no strikes is the count to Trig Heinrich. Here's the Kargas pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Nice fastball that time by Kargas. So Teague Stevenson is at second now with 2 outs and a 1-1 count to Trig Heinrich. Milbank up here 8-0. And here's the pitch. That is low. Nice block that time behind the dish by Heinze, preventing Teague Stevenson from possibly taking third. So 2-1 now the count to Trig Heinrich. Kargas comes to the set. The right-hander's pitch. That's a strike. Nice pitch that time by Kargas to even it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So 2s are wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. It's 8-0 Milbank. Here's the 2-2. There's a swing and a miss. Kargas strikes out back-to-back batters here. So 5.5 complete. Milbank is leading 8-0 over Lake Norden. And we're going to take a break for our video sponsors, and we'll be back in a minute.
Darren and his crew offer the best mechanic service, along with a full lineup of Ford vehicles. They pride themselves on the honest and friendly way of doing business. Check out MilbankFord.com to see what they have to offer, or stop by Milbank Ford, West Highway 12, Milbank.
Whimsy on Main makes it easy to find unique gifts for all occasions. Whimsy specializes in packages specific to your gift-giving needs. Shop in store for books, home toys, games, and more Monday through Saturday or online at whimsyonmain.com. Let Whimsy on Main be your one-stop gift shop on Main Street, Milbank.
This broadcast brought to you locally by Dennis Mears, financial advisor with Legacy Financial Partners
in Milbank.
a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Your future is counting on the right financial advice.
With 203 Realty. I would be thrilled to discuss all of your real estate needs. I have some innovative ideas that I'm eager to share with you. Contact us today by visiting 203-realty.com or stop by our office located at 203 East 4th Avenue in Milbank. 203 Realty, where your address is more than just a number.
And welcome back here to Legion Field, Farley Park. Milbank is going to come up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 8-0. The Milbank post 9 is leading Lake Norden post number 260. And Milbank will send up hitters number 4, 5, and 6. Matt Copeland, Bennett Hunt, and then Brady Allen to face left-handed reliever Turner Stevenson here tonight for Lake Norden. Turner came in the 5th inning. Teague Stevenson pitched 4 complete here tonight in the starting role for Lake Norden. So Matt Copeland now dribbles one in the ground into right field for a single. So Mac on first base, first pitch hitting that time from Mac Copeland. And that'll bring up now number 15, Bennett Hunt. He has singled and he has struck out a couple times tonight, and he scored a run for Milbank. Again, 8-0 Milbank if you're just tuning in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, 1 9-inning game here tonight. Hunt takes a strike from Turner Stevenson. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1. That's high across the plate on the fastball that time from the lefty Turner Stevenson, but it sails high. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Bennett Hunt. Matt Copeland is over at first base. Here's the pitch. That's high again. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bennett Hunt. Stevenson comes to the set, checks Copeland over at first. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up into foul territory, taking off the mask and making a nice catch. Behind the dish that time is Evan Schultz. So Bennett Hunt pops out to the catcher in foul territory, and that'll bring up Brady Allen, who has a double. And he has been hit by a pitch twice tonight, and he has scored 2 runs. So Brady Allen, kind of an interesting stat line tonight. Not often do you get hit by a pitch twice, but it's happened to Brady so far tonight. But he's reached base all 3 times. So I guess for post 9, that's about all you can ask from any of your hitters. Brady takes a ball now, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now to number 3, Brady Allen for Milbank. Copeland at first with his inning leading off single. There's 1 out. Here's the pitch to Brady. That's over Brady Allen's head. Brady Allen ducks out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Brady Allen. Here comes the 2-1. Yeah, it looked like it was right across the plate, and it was, but it was low. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Brady. Caleb Lindstrom waits on deck here for post 9. And the 3-1 from Turner. Here comes the pitch. That is a strike. Brady Allen was going to flip the bat away and go down to first. Home plate umpire Ronnie Krause says, well, you got at least 1 more pitch, Brady. It's a full count now to Brady Allen. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff. And there's a pop-up into foul territory. And that's going to be into the crowd. As you can hear the collective, I don't know if you could hear it over my headphones or not, but you can hear the collective heads up, heads up. Now, back in the day when I first started here at this new stadium, I was right down the third base line. So whenever I heard heads up, I'm looking around too, heads up. But now I don't have to worry about it because I have a press box over my head. Here's the payoff to Brady, and there's a called 3rd strike to Brady Allen. So strikeout number 1 now for Turner Stevenson here tonight. And that'll bring up now Caleb Lindstrom, who has struck out. He has singled, and he has popped out to the pitcher. There's a pop-up into foul territory, out of bounds. The parking lot. Not windshield territory, but it bounced pretty high that time and just about hit the roof of a vehicle, but I think the vehicle is okay. No balls and 1 strike now to Lindstrom. He swings and misses. So way ahead now is Turner Stevenson. No balls and 2 strikes. Copeland still at first, but now there's 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Lindstrom. That's across the plate, but low. 2 balls and 2 strikes, or 1 ball and 2 strikes, I beg your pardon. 1 and 2 now to Caleb Lindstrom. Copeland on first, 2 outs. Milbank up here, 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th. There's the pitch to Lindstrom. That is low and inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Caleb Lindstrom in the batter's box. Matt Copeland at first. And the 2-2 now, here it is. There's a into left field for a single just out of the reach of the third baseman. A seeing eye single that time by Caleb Lindstrom into left field. Stopping at second is Matt Copeland. That is Milbank's 11th hit tonight by my count. And now comes into the batter's box the catcher, Tyler Heinze. Tyler started tonight in right field, went to the bump, and now he's catching. So it's his third position tonight. And there's a grounder to short. Cole Stevenson up with it. Long throw over to first. And that's going to get away from the first baseman. And coming in to score is Matt Copeland on the errant throw to first. So Tyler Heinze is going to be at first on the errant throw by the shortstop. Caleb Lindstrom will be at third. And Milbank now leads 9-0. So Milbank has scored every half inning so far tonight. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. And here's the pitch upcoming now, and that's going to be to Jackson Weesey. That is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Jackson has walked, he has singled, he has struck out, and he has scored a run tonight. So again, runners on first and third. Now here's the pitch. That's going to get away from the catcher. And coming in to score is Caleb Lindstrom. So now it is 10-0 Milbank. So they have scored a touchdown, kicked the extra point, and now kicked a 50-yard field goal. Want to make it whatever you want. 45, 50, 55-yard field goal. What the heck? 10-0. Milbank is leading now. And going into second is Tyler Heinze, and swinging and missing is Jackson Weesey for a 2-1 count. Again, 10-0 Milbank here. Milbank has had the hitting shoes on here tonight. They've got some help by some pass balls and wild pitches and stuff as well. But taking a strike is Jackson Weesey. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Tyler Heinze at second. Here's the pitch to Jackson. He swings and misses. But Milbank adds 2 here in this half inning to take a 10-0 lead after 6 complete here in Legion Baseball. We'll be back with the top of the 7th coming up in a minute on KMSD.
Dreaming of a getaway? Escape to Schmidt's Landing on beautiful Big Stone Lake. Whether you're casting for walleyes, perch your bass, or just enjoying the stunning view, Schmidt's Landing has something for everyone. Relax in comfortable lakeside suites, or set up your camper or tent for a long weekend. How about spending this summer at your seasonal RV spot? There are also boat and pontoon rentals, plus a fully stocked C-store with bait and license. Discover a family adventure or a peaceful retreat at Schmidt's Landing. Visit schmidtslanding.com and like them on Facebook.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough F-Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
And Milbank is just put in their 4th pitcher here tonight. He is number 11, Matt Copeland. And I believe Derek Karst is over at first now, the way it appears to me. So Copeland and Derek Karst came in for Copeland. I mean, to replace Mac at first is what I'm trying to say, because Matt Copeland now, left-handed pitcher, is on the bump for Milbank. Evan Schultz will bat first here in the top of the 7th inning.
I believe it's number 7, Evan Schultz.
All right. right, Evan Schultz tonight. He has grounded out to pitcher, grounded out to short. He's 0 for 2. Left-hander Matt Copeland. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. That pitch appeared to be inside, but offering on the fastball from Mack that time. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the Copeland pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So Matt Copeland, 2 for 2 here if you want to count strikes so far. The 0-2 pitch now to Evan Schultz from Copeland. Here it is. That's the fastball, but it stays high that time from Mack. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Evan Schultz. Colby Stevenson will bat next here for Lake Norden. Again, Milbank up here 10-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, but down to first. The out is complete. Matt Copeland gets credit for his first strikeout here tonight. So Milbank has 11 strikeouts through 4 pitchers here so far. And that'll bring up Colby Stevenson. He has struck out twice here tonight. Colby 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Copeland. That is low and in. Again, Milbank up here 10-0 in the top of the 7th inning. 1 9-inning contest here tonight. And the Copeland pitch at 1-0. Here it is. That's low and inside. Gets away from catcher Heinze, but no damage done, if you will, on the bases because the bases are empty. So 2 balls and no strikes now, the count to Colby Stevenson. And here it comes. There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Colby Stevenson. And the 2-1 now from Copeland. Here it is. That's low and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Milbank leads 10-0. And the Copeland pitch, here it is. That is low and inside. So taking a walk is Colby Stevenson. And that will now bring up Jose Mahi. Jose has flied out to center field tonight and walked. Officially 0 for 1 tonight for the left-handed batting Lake Norden right fielder Jose Mahi. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Copeland nibbling on the outside corner that time and getting it on the black. No balls and 1 strike now from Matt Copeland to Mahi. Lefty against lefty here. The 0-1 now, here it is. The same pitch, a little bit more inside, but still right across the plate. No balls and 2 strikes now to Mahi. Colby Stevenson on first. 1 out. Milbank up here 10-0, top of the 7th. And the 0-2 now, here it is. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 in 3 batters for Matt Copeland. And that now will bring up number 3, the left fielder, Emmett Aho for Lake Norden.
Up to bat is number 3, Emmett Aho.
Mack checks the runner over at first. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So no balls and 1 strike. Now the count to Aho. And the Copeland 0-1, here it is. That's a fastball, but stays outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now to Emmett Aho. One ball, 1 strike. Here it comes. There's a swing and a miss. Another nice pitch on that low inside corner by Copeland that time. Getting Aho to swing and miss. The 1-2 pitch upcoming now from Mack. Here it is. Oh, that just missed the outside corner. That was close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mac tried to nibble on the outside corner that time, and it hung just a little bit too far outside that time for the Milbank lefty. Here comes the 2-2 now, and there's a swing and a miss. Copeland strikes out the side with a walk in between. 6.5 complete. Stretch time here at the stadium, if there was such a thing in Legion baseball. 6.5 complete. Milbank 10, Lake Norden nothing. We'll be back with more after.
Get your 50-50 raffle ticket.
Okay, we'll go back to KMSD for 1 minute.
Border Lake Insurance in Milbank and Ortonville is your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, Terry Holquist and staff at Border Lake Insurance have access to multiple companies that offer home, farm, auto, commercial, life, and health products. Border Lake Insurance has 2 convenient locations. Stop by or call their Main Street office in Milbank at 605-432-5884. Or in Ortonville, call 320-839-6145. Located in Grand Marais State Bank, formerly the Sen Bank building. Border Lake Insurance. Insurance agents you can count on.
Enjoy the warm seasons without the hassle of home maintenance at Fairway View Apartments in Ortonville. Fairway View Apartments offers 55-plus adults, spacious 1- and 2-bedroom apartments on month-to-month leases. No more yard work or household repairs or upkeep. Just comfortable living with convenient amenities and plenty of opportunities to socialize. Rent includes continental breakfast with additional meal options available. Want to experience Fairway View before making a decision? A fully furnished short-term stay apartment is available for a trial stay. Call Julie at 320-839-4172 for details or to schedule a tour today.
And a surprise, audience, we had the 10-run rule, so our game is over. Milbank wins here 10-0 over Lake Norden. We should remind you, you're listening to Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD, Milbank, South Dakota, and streaming audio and video on our YouTube channel as well. So Milbank, 10 runs on 11 hits tonight. Milbank's 4 pitchers actually threw a no-hitter tonight. No runs, no hits for Lake Norden. So that is going to do it tonight. Milbank wins here 10-0. Again, thanks to our sponsors, the Millstone Family Restaurant, Avera Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital, Avera, Milbank Tobacco Coalition, 203 Realty, Bean Pharmacy, Haslam Construction, Milbank Ford, Border Lake Insurance, Ortonville Area Health Services, Dakota Country Ag Service, Chiropractic in Motion, Lewis Family Drug Pro Image Partners, ITC, and Schmidt's Landing. Thanks to our video sponsors as well. And again, we will be back on Friday night, 7 o'clock or a little bit before, Milbank against Canby as a part of the Larson Olson American Legion Tournament. So that'll be the next broadcast action here a little bit before 7 for the pregame, Milbank against Canby. Earlier on Friday at 3, Madison against Wynn, 5, Canby against Volga, and then 7, Milbank against Canby. On Saturday, Madison against Mobridge at noon, Wynn versus Mobridge at 2, Milbank against Volga at 4. We'll have the Milbank games, of course, for you here on KMSD. The tournament concludes on Sunday. One final time, here's final score tonight, Milbank 10, Lake Norden 0. For Jeff back at the studios, Becky helping me out here at the stadium. Thanks to all of our sponsors, thanks to all of our listeners. That's going to do it tonight. And we're going to say good night now and send it back to the KMSD studios.
Fox News, I'm Tom Graham. The Trump administration halting a plan to create a $1.8 billion